Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We were saying you're a 2016 grad here of the high school,
Yeah.
and currently running for Stonehill. And before we kind of get to your collegiate career, I want to ask you just a little bit about, how did you get into track and into running?
So I actually started track as my second sport. I was doing gymnastics for my whole life under Karen Broderick at Broderick Gymnastics Academy. And I did high school gymnastics with her as well. And so we were doing gymnastics at Broderick's. So I was always at Broderick Gymnastics, and I didn't really feel a part of the Norwood High community. All my friends were playing field hockey, soccer, and then ice hockey. And I just wanted to feel a part of the community. So I decided, people have said I'm fast. My twin brother, Declan, he's fast as well. So I just decided, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And then I was kind of good at it, so I stuck with it.
And it's funny because we've been talking about the success of the recent success here of our track teams. There's the distance component to it and the sprint component to it. You gravitated towards the sprint, and what was it about that aspect of track that attracted you? Why was it sprint?
So in gymnastics, my best event was vault, and so that's when you're just running as fast as you can towards a stationary object. And I just kind of got out there one day, and my coach put me in the 200, and Coach Booth, he was there at the time, and he was like, that's going to be your event. And then I just kind of stuck with it. And then after that, I was put on the relay team with Jessica Murphy. She was there at the time, and so there was just us two, and we were sprinting away. Yeah.
Well, you when you started, you had some success very early on here as a sophomore, making a Bay State honorable mention, and then by the time your senior year rolls around, you're part of the 4x100 that ties the school record and a Bay State All-Star. Tying that record, what kind of feeling does that give one when you tie a school record there as part of a relay team?
Yeah, that was really exciting because often at track, there's not as many the team success where people are, you go out, you win a game. So it's kind of hard to compare that feeling. But having four girls, it was my friend Hafsa McLeod, Fiona Jordan, and Amber Chisholm, and all four of us were just so proud of ourselves. And I remember being at Westfield State and just coming through the finish line, and our coach was so excited for us. So it was really nice to kind of show everybody in the school that track is fun and you can be very successful with it.
Yeah, and it's a great way to cap off a senior season. At what point did you kind of realize that you might be able to run track at the next level, at the collegiate level?
It was definitely my sophomore year of high school. I actually sat down with my coach, Karen Broderick, and I was deciding about whether I would do indoor track or winter gymnastics. And realistically, in terms of post-high school and being on a collegiate team, she thought I would be better suited for the track. And so I was really torn because gymnastics was my first love, and I loved doing that my whole life. And I honestly, the signups were for the winter sports, and I signed up the last minute. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell my parents. I just signed up for track, and then I showed up the next day. So it was kind of my sophomore year because colleges, they like to see that you run indoor and outdoor.
Yeah. Okay. So off you go to Stonehill, and you start running at Stonehill. What would you say helped that transition from high school to college track?
Mm-hmm. I was really fortunate enough to have a coach outside of Norwood as well, who I did strength training and all that kind of stuff. So I really think being prepared for being in the weight room and being stronger was a good bonus for me. But really, there's kind of no way to really prepare yourself until you get thrown into it, because when you go to college, the workouts really, everyone's bigger, stronger, faster. The workouts are a lot harder. So it's just kind of being mentally prepared to be kind of in a new environment.
Yeah, you kind of segued right in nicely to my next kind of area. Was what did you see to be the big differences between running at the college level versus running here for the high school?
Well, from day one, every girl, you kind of know who everyone is and you can look up their times, but everybody essentially on your team was like the best person from their high school team.
Right.
So you go from being the stud of your high school and then you come to college and everyone is just as good as you or even a little bit better.
Yeah.
So the workouts become that much harder. The pace is so much faster. So you just kind of have to hold your own and like really just trust yourself that you can do it.
Yeah. And I would think something like that, especially as a competitive athlete at that level now, your teammates are going to kind of push each other because you, like you said, you are, you're going up against the best of the best. And so you guys kind of push each other to get better.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
And it's really nice to actually have that because a lot of times in high school, I'd be running workouts kind of on my own. And it feels so much better to have your girls beside you, like pushing each other. And we all want to see each other do better because essentially we're all on the team and we're all fighting for the same championship.
Yeah. We had members of the swim team in here earlier tonight, and you kind of track is kind of the same thing in swim in terms of there's an individual component to it, and yet, so you are looking for your times as maybe part of the 4x100, but you're also looking obviously as a total team for the Stonehill, because you're having team meets. What kind of area did you know going into Stonehill you were going to focus on? I mean, I'm assuming continuing with a sprint, but did you know you were going to have a specialty going to Stonehill?
I knew that I was a short sprinter going in, so that's primarily the 60-meter dash, the 100, and the 200. And so I've just kind of stuck with that. And I've also had the opportunity to be on the 4x1 team. But kind of like in Norwood, I was automatically on the 4x1 team. But coming in my freshman year, I was actually the first alternate for the 4x1. So it was kind of just a reality shock because I wasn't automatically going to have that spot. But eventually I did earn my spot on the team. But it's kind of more about proving yourself and just doing the same thing over and over.
And that 4x100 team, as I understand it, you've been very successful at that in terms of all conference honors, all East region for the 2017-2018 season. To go from an alternate to that kind of all conference honors, what kind of work does it take collectively on 4x100s to raise your level that much?
It's really just practicing every day. Like you come to practice and there's really no time to be slacking off. Every day is, my coach always says, every day is a new day to prove yourself. So you have to come to practice to be ready. And I was given I'm the first leg of the 4x1. So that was really amazing because you set the tone for the relay and there's just a lot of responsibility because you're the one who has to get the relay going. So I'm just like really proud of myself that I was able to be on that team because that was one of my goals coming in as a freshman.
And I understand, your indoor, outdoor track and cross country teams at Stonehill have done fairly well since you got there in 2016. Would you care to, toot your own Stonehill horn in terms of how well the track teams have done there since you've been there?
Yes. So kind of one of the reasons when I was going through the recruiting process was the success of the team. And it was really important for me to be on a team that was all excited about track and that was all in and wanting to win. So my freshman year, it was really exciting because our cross country team, they won the Northeast Conference Championship, and then we won indoors and outdoor track as well. And so it was just really exciting to be a part of that because coming from Norwood where it was more individual based for me, I now finally got to see how track and field comes together as a whole team. Our throwers are amazing, our jumpers, high jumpers, pole vaulters, distance crew, sprints. So it was really just nice to see everything come together. And so last year, our senior class, they graduated undefeated, never have losing an NE10 championship. So Right now, we're one down cross country. They won in the fall, and now so we're going for our indoor and outdoor one. So I'm hoping to follow in the footsteps of the seniors last year and graduating undefeated, which would be it.
Yeah. Now, and along those lines, as I understand, you've got like something the Terrier Classic coming up, and up to the Southern Maine Open. Is that coming up this weekend?
Yes.
Yep. So what, take us, just real quickly, what do you have to do to prep for something like the Terrier Open in Boston and then be ready to go up to Maine, basically the next day?
So it's just another opportunity to compete, and especially in track and field, we have a lot of 2-day meets where you go back to back. So you'll have maybe trials on Friday and then finals on Saturday. So really, it's just practice. Like it's game day. So you're just going out and doing everything that you've been doing in practice. To be honest, I really try not to think about it. You just wake up and run, and then see what you do. But your week leads you right up to competition. So I'm really excited.
Excellent, excellent. Well, listen, I would be remiss in not mentioning, in terms of the academic honor rolls that you have been on since you've been at Stonehill. I think that is so impressive for the student athlete. And quickly, how do you find that balance? You talk about all the workouts and all the strength training you need to do, and carry a full caseload and still make the honor roll. How do you find that balance?
Yeah, to be very honest, it is difficult. Kind of every semester, my teammates and I, we always look back and we're like, how did we get through that? But it's just really being determined and doing what I've kind of always done. I've been very fortunate to have amazing parents and then amazing teachers, even at Norwood, and amazing professors here to always help me. I wouldn't be able to do it without the support, especially of my mom and dad, who are always there for me, just supporting me throughout everything. But it is challenging, but we get through it, and it feels good when it's kind of over and the semester's done. But our team also, we take a lot of pride in our team GPA, and we are the highest team GPA for all the women's programs. So it's something that we really take a lot of pride in.
That's great, and you should. It's not an easy thing to carry college credits and like that, and throw on a full-time sport as well. So congratulations on that. I think that really speaks volumes to your work ethic. That's fantastic. Listen, best of luck in the upcoming meets as you kind of wrap up your career. You're probably looking back and go, how quick it's gone. I would imagine, huh?
I know, it really does go in the blink of an eye.
It does. Oh yeah. Wait, pretty soon you'll be our age, and it's But enjoy college, enjoy the rest of it. But again, congratulations. Best of luck for the rest of the season, and best of luck as you wrap up your career.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience while we get you hooked up. Enjoy the rest of the night.
No problem. Thank
All right,
you.
take care. SInead O'Brien joining us live from Stonehill College.